So hello. Hello, this is all there is. And that's the most simple thing to say. It's what it is. So there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to know. There can be knowing, but it is meaningless. Everything is meaningless. That's amazing because we're so into a meaning and the story of this is important and why and all that. It's meaningless. That doesn't mean you don't have attention for it or things like that. It's like it's what it is. It doesn't have meaning, so that makes the whole story just it puts it completely out of the window. There's no story. When there's me, I am here and this is my life and I'm inside this body and how is this body working and what is happening in circumstances which happen to me, all that. When there's no me, there are circumstances, but they're neutral. They're not happening to someone. There's that apparent happening, like a room or the street or an office. And that's what is. It's not even real. It's an appearance of buildings, streets, bodies, feelings. And it doesn't have meaning. It doesn't go anywhere. That's amazing because we're so used to this is my life and focus on what's going on and being busy, how it is for me and what's going on over there. And then hearing there's no one. Then when there's no one, there's also no time and also no distance. That's only in the story of me that brain can abstract. So there can be time before, after. There can be distance here and there. And when there's no distance, when there's no time, there are no relations. That's also amazing because no relations. Everything, a lot of things are about relation, not only with people or with children or mothers, it's also with circumstances. Like because of that, I feel so awful or sad, or there can be sadness, of course. There can be feelings. Then that feeling is there without reason. That's so strange. We're so into before and after and why and because, and hearing that there's no relation between what's happening and a feeling, maybe. There are no relations at all. It's what it is body, a feeling, words, the street. It's that already. And when there's me and I'm here in this body and I'm walking and I'm in my life and there's somewhere of focus and noticing of what's going on in my body and is this healthy, how do I feel, how do I deal with circumstances and what's the best way and what's my choice and all that. Then there's the whole story is there's complication. It's a complication and then when there's me, it's like a survival mechanism. It loves complication. It loves being busy in a way, not of course when there's a story it seems not like loving it, but it's how do you say that, it's focused, it's like an addiction. It's so strong, it's to being busy with what's wrong and how can I put it right, and there's such an energy in going into that and trying to make it right, believing that there's a free will, that you are there and you're it's happening to you and you're able to change whatever circumstances or maybe people relations. There's already no one, so there's no free will, so there's not being able to change anything. It's what it is. And when that's the thing, when there's me, there seems to be gone something wrong somewhere. And it's not always in the mind, but it's like there's something gone wrong. I'm not good enough. That's something underneath everything. And we assume that it's about our childhood or things that happening and all that some people did to me. That's I don't feel good about myself, or maybe about the world or about other people. It seems everything seems so solid and real. So then it seems like, oh, this is because I feel like that because of all that. And then hearing, there's no cause and effect. That knocks everything down, the whole story about being busy with everything, what's going on, and blaming and being angry and all that. There can be anger, but for no reason. And that's so strange. It's at the same time, it's the freedom we're looking for. But that's the freedom we don't think we look for. We look for something like feeling good all the time, peace, all peace every day, or all that. Something for me, somewhere. There can be saying like, yeah, there's no one anymore. And so suddenly there can be that search for something for me, like always peace. That it's a state. A state is for someone. This is not about a state. This is about there's no Rose or somebody else. There can be a body, can be seeing a body or a face. There's no Rose. There's no life of Rose. It's everything. So it's the floor, it's the table, it's walling, it's a feeling, it's words. It's all the same. It's energy. Without meaning, it doesn't go anywhere. This meeting doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't help in some way, because that's assuming that there's someone to help. It's already complete. It's already complete as it is. That's the joy. That's life. And we think in a kind of perfection, like always happy or no tension anymore, or things like that. Life is everything. It's everything. So it's full on alive. Look at really little children. I love to look at them and see, like, oh, it's full on everything. Crying, full on, like the whole world is come on, it's just the end of the world. And then it stops and there's laughing and it's going on. So it's completely this and then this and then this. It's that. And we are, because we can explain with the brain and assume that's right and this is because of that. It's a dream. It's a dream about thinking we know how it is. There's only not knowing. There can be information, of course. But not knowing seems to be really um, fearful, that it's like knowing gives a bit of a feeling of safety, because when there's someone and I'm in this threatening world and I have to relate, and how do I do that? And I'm afraid that someone is leaving me and all that. So there's some behaving going on. It's not even you doing that, but there's some behaving going on, like to feel safe, or to feel not alone, or all that. And that can be so embodied. It can be obvious, but it's also very much embodied. And when that's threatened, then suddenly that whole emotion or energy is coming. There's already no one. There are no relation. You never had something. There's no one. So it's everything. There's everything. There's nothing happening. So it's an appearance of walls and bodies and all that. And in the same time, it's everything. There's nothing happening. And an appearance of walling, of wall. So nothing is real. Nothing goes anywhere. It is. That's the joy. There's no meaning in anything. That's the joy. It's what it is, like that. And that's what it is. Glass of water. Feeling. It's not a feeling in the body. That's also what we assume, that the body is real. Maybe the world is not real. Maybe what I thought. Maybe, yeah, I believe that's the floor is not real, everything. But the body, I am real. Of course, I exist. And then hearing, no, you don't. It's it's stunning. How can there be I'm not existing? That is the only thing you're sure of. I was sure of. And then it was like, yeah, that's of course. And then after that is, how do I deal with my life? My life. And hearing there's no my life. It's like, huh? What are you talking about? It's never questioned. This is another possibility, but it's not like the truth. It's just another possibility sharing what can be different. There's no one already. There's nothing inside. There's no inside when there's no distance. There's also no inside, no outside. Hello, that's what we normally never question. Of course, there's inside, there's outside, there's over here, there's over there. We are so sure and so never question all those abstracting, but it doesn't feel like abstracting. But when you talk to a little child, it doesn't understand that. So that's funny that seeing like over there, that really like 1, 2 years old is like over there, they look and they don't understand. So it's like the brain can abstract, so we can see that, but it's not real. And that's amazing to hear that, or maybe not hear that. It doesn't matter either. It's suddenly like, oh, no distance. That's amazing. So there's no here and there. There's no me and you. That's there's so many concepts and so many beliefs. We don't even see that as beliefs. It's like how it is. So this is a complete new message talking about something that's outside of the story, has nothing to do with the story. And what we normally do, we live in the story. That seems the only thing there is. That's what we know, and there are a lot of beliefs, how we can work on that and all that. But there's no one. There are no relations. There's no distance. There's no time. No time. That seems like more obvious because when you say like a half year ago, it's like how can we even imagine that? It's already difficult to imagine a half year or something like that. It's abstracting something, and there can be an understanding somewhere, but in the next moment, you could say it's already like, huh, what we're talking about. So it's not real. But there's so many things we assume, and it's never questioned. So it's just going like that. And then in these meetings, it's questioned, and it's very, very literally. Life is very, very literally. It's what it is, very literally, a hand, without meaning, without explaining. A hand, a feeling, a wall. It's not about you. It's not about the life of you or me. There's no one inside. So there's also not that puppet living a life. No, there's a hand, there's a face, there's the table. That's everything. So we can talk about that. And maybe there are questions, maybe there's a sharing or a talking about anything can happen. So we'll see. Hey.
Just saying hello. It's good to be here.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Mm. Mm. Yeah, the sound. Yeah. And there's always something can be going on, like, how do I do this? How do I put this into my life and make it like that or all that? Because we're so used to doing, and how can we do this or how can we not do that and all that? And then underneath that, there's something going on. There's something not right yet. That's so coloring everything. There's subtly or stronger that feeling, and sometimes it jumps on certain situations or on the body or what or on anything. On this, like, oh, I don't have that. I don't see that. Maybe what can I do? Or what? Why? It's already. It's already what's happening. It's already complete. So there's nowhere to go. It's that face, it's that hand, it's the table, it's complete as it is. So there can be, yeah, it's not about seeing because it's not seeing the wall. There's no one looking. And then, oh, it's already the wall. It's already sitting. And what we normally do when there's two, that I am looking at what's going on. And then there's talking about sitting. And then you see, like, yeah, what is sitting? Yeah, I am sitting. How do I do that? Or what is the difference? And what do you talk about? And then you can't even grasp it or understand what's being said there. Or it seems like strange. And then suddenly that looking, this is about loss, and that you can't do that. So that's in a way the awful thing of this message is for this talking, is you can't do it. It's not about doing. It's about all those beliefs and ideas and embodied ideas that you're there. And then suddenly there can be moments, and that's already going on, like when there's cooking or walking in nature, or there's no one already. There's nothing being busy with anything, and suddenly there's jumping in. What's going on, and how can I do? And the whole thing is starting. Then there's me, you could say, and trying to work out what's going on. Sitting is already everything. It's that simple. It's that you can't even being out of it. It's the only thing there is. It's everything. So it's sitting, or it doesn't matter what it is, but it's very tiny without any story. It's exactly what it is. We're so used to look at it, and already it changed into something right or wrong or how and all that. It's what it is, very literally. Hey, sweetie, this body is laying. Oh, okay. Mm.
Rose,
Yeah.
you just described so beautifully. Yeah, what happened here? I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it's happening and then it's not happening. So I think that the contrast between like doing and not doing is getting more less strong, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so strange. Like when there is no doing, it's
Not even noticed.
yeah, because I'm not doing the not doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. It's
yeah,
that simple, is it?
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's it. It's like we're so used to doing and free will and all that. And but that's because you have to somewhere. And then suddenly it's talking about, yeah, but there's nothing going on. It's not even noticed. It's just going by itself and all that. It's so normal that It's not even seen, or nobody sees it, just even yourself. It's just go, and then, oh, is that what we're talking about? It, but that's the only thing there is, of course. But we are so busy, used to be busy in a way, in any kind of way, in the mind or in thought thing, or it's that close. It's not even close. It's wow. It's more like, oh my God, yeah, of course. Oh, is that what you're talking about? It's just about laughing because it's just opening a door. God, is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
what we're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, and I had to laugh and laugh because I was walking, and there was like I was laughing and laughing and laughing because you couldn't do anything with anything. It's just
yeah,
there was no point in like trying any. So yeah,
yeah. That way,
I
yeah,
can't, there
yeah,
was nothing to change. I mean, everything is like trying to change something,
yeah,
and suddenly there was not trying to change anything at all. But I was not doing it even. I was not
yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it was a very very sweet kind of freedom, very sweet, very very gentle, but so because there was nowhere to go, nothing to do. It was just
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
amazing.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
If I have to make a story out of that, it felt like I was like there was something very like yeah, it's just a story like a like I don't know. You see, I can't.
You can't say. You can't say. Yeah, that's it. I can't.
Yeah, I can't. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Mhm. And the strange thing is, some people ask me, why do you give meetings then? Because there's no one. And the strange thing is, I don't. It's just sitting here and then suddenly the talking starts. It's like, it's that, and there's no meaning in it. There's nothing like going anywhere or seeing people and trying to help or things. It's just going and that's it. I don't even know what's going on over there. Seems like there's no over there. So it's that simple. And it seems we so have so many ideas about, oh, there's giving a meeting, so you want to give something to people, assuming that's about that. It's not. It's just sitting and suddenly talking, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have any meaning. It's not important at all. But it's there, sitting. Well, yeah.
So yesterday also a storm in Amsterdam.
No, not so much. Yeah, not so much yesterday. I think the day before. Yesterday in the morning, maybe.
Did you hear me, Rose?
Yeah, I hear there was a storm yesterday. No, not yesterday, the day before. Here. Well, now it's like, yeah, now it's also storming. A lot of wind. Hmm. Yeah. Wind.
Yeah, it was an amazing sound.
Yeah. It's funny. It's already happening. There can be waiting for a moment or waiting to something that Rose is saying or something like that. It's that hand already is it. The sitting, the wall, that computer, that's it. Finish. It's already that. It's not something, it's not a feeling, it's not a state. It's not that there's no pain anymore or no stress or a certain state. It's everything. And it's already everything. And there's that focus on me and I'm here and how do I do and all that. There's no one, so it's already sitting. Hand, sound. Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't need to know what's being said or understand what's going on. It's that sound is already it. So it's not that Rose reached that level or something like that. No, it's lost that whole idea, belief, you could say, that Rose has a life. No, that's lost. There's no Rose. There's already everything, which was already like that. So that only that extra what we think on top of it, what we make on top of what's going on, like I am here and I have a life and how can I deal with it and all that, that seems very important and being busy with that a lot of times of the day, which has no power, no meaning at all. And we think that's the most important, and that's how we make our life work. And if I don't do that, that everything goes wrong. I know. And that's like that. And then suddenly it's not there, and it's like, oh, nothing goes wrong. It's already that what's happening. It doesn't mean I have a choice or a free will or all that. Well, so what? It was already like that. So it's and that the strange thing is also when there's that whole idea about I have to make my life work or how do I find a solution, all that. When that's lost, it's not like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore because that's the same story. When it's like the free will, that wanting something is very in the story can be very important. Wanting something, not wanting this, but wanting something else. And most of the time it's something like that. And then there's talking about there's no free will. So what I want is not important. Life doesn't see me or you. It's what it is. It's energetic. So it's going. And it doesn't see a body with someone inside which wants something. No, it's just going. And it's already everything. And that what's everything is that's the freedom. That's suddenly it's like, oh, there's something in it. Like how can you say subtle joy or something like oh life is that's what I was looking for, but it's already everything. It's like table and sitting and walling. It's like oh it's that oh that's what she talks about. It's not about the wall and how looking at the wall. Oh my God. But there's so much misunderstanding. Well, that's so embodied. It's not about doing something wrong. It can't be wrong. It's embodied. So that's energy going on. There's nothing right. There's nothing wrong. That's also amazing. It's stunning that there's nothing wrong. You're so into there's something wrong, or maybe people say you did something wrong and there's a tension about that. Ah, no, it can't be wrong. It's life. It's everything. So it's that behavior, if you want to say, or that walking or that face or it's everything as it is. Not about nice or beautiful or ugly or all that. It's what it is.
I think we think that without the me, nothing will happen.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it is like that, and then suddenly that you can so much laugh about it, and but if you're in it, it seems like the only way. It's like so two different worlds. It's amazing, yeah. Yeah.
It's getting a little bit used to it, like yeah, it's happening anyway. That even with me trying or not trying, because I was invited to go to a party, and I'm not really a party person, but okay, there was all this like to go or not to go, and it didn't really matter if I go or don't. It didn't really matter. I could go, and it could also not go. But then I realized I don't really have to go if I don't have to. But in the past time, it would be like, oh, I have to go and I have to make it happen, and to escape loneliness or to prove myself, and if I wouldn't go, I feel really bad about that. There was always this. It was so heavy, and
Yeah.
the responsibilities and what people say, and it was such a relief. Like, yeah, I'm not going, and that's it. It was so simple. Like,
Yeah.
not going. That's it.
Yeah. And it's not
And
even a
and
decision. Yeah.
and that was the end of it. There was no stories anymore. It was such a
Mhm.
completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. Yeah. I didn't even realize I decided not to go. It was
No, that's no decision. It suddenly isn't there.
yeah.
Just that going isn't there, you could say, or something like that. Yeah, and then suddenly, oh, there's no change. Yeah.
Another funny story. I went to with friends, for walking in the forest, and then like one of them make a little accident with the car, and somebody accused him. Why did he do that? How could he not see this? And how could he do that? And like it was his fault, and it was so obvious that it just happened.
Mm. Yeah.
But in the past time, I would also try to explain, and maybe this, and you could do this, and to avoid that. And
Yeah.
suddenly there was just,
Ah.
and then you see the craziness. Like, really, I was too myself crazy, trying to explain, and
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And suddenly you see like, oh my God, there's in that way. No, it can't be your fault or all that. Yeah.
yeah, and it cannot not happen. It just happened.
Yeah.
What can you do? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But such a relief that you don't have to do anything about it. That's like, yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah, and
Completely.
it's for a moment, it's for a while, it's a relief, and then you get used to it, and there's nothing
Yes,
going
yes,
on
yes,
about it.
yes.
Also,
Yeah,
so it's no big thing. It's so
yeah.
funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so it's something to laugh about because that well, I know I can when you tell I remember that so busy with everything and
Yes,
trying
yes.
and feeling if I don't then everything goes wrong. It's so can be so strong.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so convincing.
And also like especially like the responsibility, like if you're responsible, like when the accident happened, if you're like responsible why it happened, and you could avoid that if this and if that and if that, and it makes it very complicated. Very complicated. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Responsibility, guilt, all that.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God,
yes.
the whole story. It's wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And somebody have to be guilty, of course.
wait, there's something going on. Is requesting you to start all companion. Oh my God. Sorry, or
Uh,
uh,
I don't see anything. No, I
no,
don't
no,
see
no,
anything.
no. Sorry, I okay. No, there was something about L companion. I don't understand that,
I
so I
will
don't
see.
do that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, and then suddenly it's so freeing. It's it's like, oh my God, all that energy I also did put in that all that questioning and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
wrong and how can I change and all that. Oh,
Yeah, and so many times, like something happened, and somebody have to be guilty for it. It's somebody's
yeah,
responsibility. Somebody, and this is like a big thing. It's like, wow,
yeah.
that's
It's all it's a lot about relations that they're in
yeah,
relation. It can be
yeah,
so strong and blaming and guilt and responsibility and all that, taking care or not or wow. But it's also so convincing. And it's like, yeah, of course. And that's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think. Hi Nor. Yeah. You have to you're muted still.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was I was the one who put per
Yeah.
ongeluk on the old companion.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know what I. Well,
Yeah.
um, I want to talk about responsibility. Like my, uh, maybe you know, another friend passed away suddenly.
Yeah.
So two friends in 1 month, and the last friend, she didn't reply my emails, and then I found out that she was. I thought she needs some space, and then I found out that she was dead. So it was really, really, it's really confronting for me. And what happened 2 weeks ago? That Paul, my boyfriend, had a TIA. Weet je wat een TIA is?
Yeah, I know.
And I
Yeah.
feel it's like my biggest fear. I have to go there. He couldn't do anything, and it's really scary. He's older, and he forgot to eat. He didn't know how the phone was working, and I'm really like, one part of me wants to get out of, go to America for a year, to leave it all, and I'm sitting in this total. He is more claiming. He is afraid. He have a memory loss. I don't know how that will work out. It's really scary. I have to go there. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody
Mm.
who takes care of him, and I'm not able to. My fear is more in the body, like, oh fuck, why did it happen again? I had to take care of my dementary mother also for years. Do you know what I mean? It's not in my nature that I say, zoek het uit. Snap je wat ik bedoel? Dat zijn van die
Yeah,
situaties.
but that's about responsibility. There seems to be like I'm responsible and I have to take care,
Yeah,
and there are a lot of ideas and
yeah.
beliefs and that really are very can be very strong. It's what is happening. So maybe they're sitting in the house and not doing anything. Then that's what's happening. And then on top of that, there comes those ideas about responsibility. It's the story. It's an old story about you have to do that, otherwise you're not good enough, something like that. It's not. There's no responsibility. There is what is happening. And there can be all those ideas about I'm wrong if I don't do anything or all that. There can be those out there, but that's energetic. It's such a strong belief that can be there. And it can be suddenly like popping up very strong because there's so many circumstances, and then it seems very true also. It's not. It's those thoughts are meaningless, but they seem so true because that's so, yeah, being used to. There's no responsibility. There is sitting in the room, then that's what's happening. There's no outside. There's no friend. There's nothing going on. That's so strange because we are so into the story about people who are over there and I have to take care of, I have to do something. There are no people. There is nothing going on. Well, that's so not what we used to
Mhm.
see like that. So
It,
that's
mhm.
also that longing for going to America. I want
Oh, it's
when
just
I
an
was there.
example.
No, but
See,
yeah,
but
but I
to
know
leave it or
because
to,
I wanted to lie in when I was in that. I wanted to go to the hospital and everybody was taking care of me. I think I had that. So there's something like I want to go out of this responsibility thing because it's too much. It's like that's the suffering, not the situation. Like they're sitting and being in the room, but that idea that there should be something else. I
yeah,
should do something else.
it's also
That's the
this,
suffering.
yeah, it's also this. No, why did it happen? I have enough on my plate.
But there's no my
Please.
plate. There's
Yeah.
no one who has to take care.
Oh,
And that's so strange because that's so embodied, that feeling. I have to do that, otherwise I'm not good. And that's so strong. I have to do this because that's so the feeling or that belief that I'm not good enough when I don't do that. And when I don't do that, I'm wrong or something like that. You're not wrong. It's what it is. There's that what is happening, and that's so out of the story. That's so we're so invested in that story. There's no one, so there's not right or wrong. There is
it's it feels
lying.
impossible.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like uh when he was really fearful. He said, I when I'm not get better, I kill myself. And
Mm,
his twin brother already killed himself. His twin brother killed himself. It feels
mm,
like for me in my system, like you know that movie Sophie's Choice?
Yeah, yeah,
I feel really so
yeah.
much fear and I don't know what to do.
But
That's
there's
how,
no choice. There
yeah.
is sitting. Well, that's so strange to hear because
uh,
we always think there's something we should do, we shouldn't do, or otherwise that everything goes wrong in
yeah,
that
and now,
situation. Of
yeah,
course, that's the
now,
story. Yeah,
but
but that's so convincing. It's that it's sometimes it's a little bit like that, and sometimes it's really strong, like putting in your face, like, yeah, and now you really have to do something because then otherwise I will die, or I don't know,
yeah,
anything. Yeah, of course, but that's the story. But that can be so strong. And then it's not like, oh, I'm not listening to the story. There's no choice. So then there's
uh,
there you could say, like, I'm lying on the bed, and that's it. There's if there's going, maybe there's going to that friend, then there's going to that friend and taking care maybe. Or there's lying on the bed and looking on the computer. It's that. What is there different? It's not like giving an advice. It's only saying this is what's happening. It's that there's no advice.
that's,
It's what it is. So, but that the idea that what it is can be wrong, that's the misunderstanding.
but I'm afraid to, it feels like I was always it feels like I have no choice. I have to take care. I have no life of my. It feels really
Yeah,
like I have no
but
life of
that's
my own.
such a
I
strong
I have no
belief.
life of my
Yeah,
own. I have
yeah.
to even
But
I
that's
have
put now in your face. Like it's like,
yeah
oh my God, that all those ideas, all that, nothing is real, and it's even you can't even understand that. But then suddenly the circumstances are so strong, and like putting in your face, like there is no one, there is no choice. But that feeling, that fear that everything goes wrong when I don't do that what you believe you should do, then everything goes wrong. That and you can't. There's no choice in that. Maybe there's going to that friend and or not, or maybe they're sitting. Even that is no choice. That going out of the door is no choice, and there's nothing wrong or right with that. What's happening? There's no my life. There's no
yeah yeah.
choice. It's but it's that it's lying on the bed or whatever,
Mm,
and then
mm,
that's it's not. This is not like doing something or giving an advice or a direction. It's
no,
only a sharing of,
yeah,
yeah, this is what's happening. And
but
there's nothing wrong
yeah,
or right
but then
in
I
that.
stopped talking. It feels in my system like I'm
Mm.
losing more and more and more
Yeah,
and
yeah,
more
yeah,
and friends and family and more. And there is some good things, but I feel like I'm losing
mhm,
more and more,
yeah,
more. Yeah, that
yeah. And
was
that's sadness. There can be such a
yeah,
sadness.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
then I'm just taking care of other people. So what? I have an
Yeah,
idea.
but it can be,
I
or
do. I
not.
feel that I already made that decision. That I mean, last week I had a phone call from a friend. Yes, he's walking on the street with geen jas aan en hij
Yeah.
was verwacht. Ja,
Mm.
sorry. Ik pak
Yeah.
gelijk de fiets en ga daar naartoe. Snap je? Het is dan.
Yeah,
Ik,
but that's what's happening. There can
ja,
be that or something else or
ja,
not doing anything,
ja,
but there's nothing wrong and nothing right. And that's the suffering. That what you do
ja.
or what's being done is there something
But
right or wrong or responsibility or that. That's the
yeah.
misunderstanding.
It's like as a person, I still want a little bit nice for myself. I
Mm.
still want. I
But the
always
nice is
want.
that there's nothing wrong with what's
Yeah,
ever happening.
yeah.
That's
E-
it.
Even when you feel like I'm a slave, I have to take care of him. Blah.
That's an
That's
idea.
also okay. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
but
also
those ideas can be
yeah,
there. Yeah,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with those. There's just meaningless, but there can
yeah,
be those ideas.
yeah.
Yeah,
But then you
sure.
have like this idea, like,
I
um,
should be positive.
yeah, I
Oh
should be
my God.
positive, or the fear had to go
Oh my
away, or
God.
I
No.
should, other
No,
people
you
have a
can't.
nice
You
life.
can't.
I have a shit. Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
when you accept what not accept, you cannot accept
No, you
because,
can't even
but
accept. But
okay, this is what
everything
it
is.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's everything. So thoughts
Until
can
write
happen.
it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Hmm.
Okay. Thank. Yeah. I really still think I
Mm.
should have. had a different life.
Oh, you can't.
And I feel more and more I have no
You don't
control.
have a life.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
but
even
no,
more
I have no
strange. You don't
control.
have a life. There's just lying, or maybe there's that computer, there's talking. It's that simple. It's
Yeah,
that tiny.
yeah.
What is more? Like we imagine all things what is around,
Yeah.
but this is the room. This is everything.
But the
Yeah.
mind, yeah, yeah. But
Mm.
the system is like it's in my body,
Yeah,
and
it's like
whoa,
working on, and then it's fighting for its life because there's
yeah, it's
something going on.
oh my
It's
God, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it can
It's,
be.
okay, thank you very much.
Mm. Hi.
I mute myself.
Ja, hi, zeg maar.
Hallo.
Hi.
Uh, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. It's like about, yeah, like you say it on a some level understand this whole message, but on other level not
Mm.
at all. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
there's no cause and effect. It never happened.
yeah.
Blah blah blah. But I always felt unsafe in my life, in my childhood, and
Mm.
I cannot talk that away. Like it's in my system. Like, oh, I always have to be alert. Oh, something's gonna happen. Ah,
Mm.
but I cannot.
No,
How
you
do you?
can't change. You can't
Yeah, I
change
cannot.
that.
It's
No,
even this message. Like, oh
no,
yeah, you have to do nothing. But
no,
help!
no, no,
The
no.
lion is coming
It's
after
not.
me.
It's not
Ah,
saying that.
no.
No,
Do you know what I
no.
mean? It's like,
No, it's not that I'm saying you don't have to do nothing or something like that. There's no choice. So that what's going on is it. There can be a lot of thoughts, but they are meaningless. So this is energetic. You can't do anything with it. That can be awful, but it's also like there's no need to change. There's no need to change. Of course not. It's exactly how it is.
okay,
Only the idea that this is important and this should be like that and all, that's the misunderstanding. But that can be so convincing and there's so much energy in that maybe, then that goes on. There's nothing wrong with that. It can feel not nice, but it's not wrong. And that the idea can be so strong. But that's the energetics what's going on in these meetings. That there's something else, not even in the words or something, but
yeah,
underneath there's something else going on. There's nothing wrong, and then
yeah, 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 yeah,
it's a sense or something like that,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and it
yeah,
has nothing to do with to do what how you who behave and all that. You can't change, of course not. There's no
yeah,
one. So it, but you don't have to. That exactly
yeah,
that is life. But
yeah,
there's
yeah,
an idea somewhere I should do this and
yeah,
not only you of course but everywhere. So then that's the misunderstanding. It's
yeah.
exactly that. But
Oh, but
it's no meaning in that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because when it's unbearable, then
Hmm.
ah,
But the unbearable thing is
yeah,
that you should do in a
yeah,
certain way and I can't and
yeah. Why is it
that's
not over
that's
yet?
the
And it
suffering.
will never,
Yeah,
never go
yeah,
away like black in a black
yeah.
hole. I can't
Yeah, but that's
imagine.
the suffering,
Yeah,
is that story. But that story is so
yeah,
convincing, but it's so identified with that's my
yeah,
life and I am like that and all that. It's not. And that's what we're talking about. But that it's
yeah,
not like, oh, I understand it or all that. No. But that's so embodied and so identified. So that's so yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
and hearing this, it's like somewhere there's ringing a bell, but that's it. You can't
yeah.
there's nothing to grasp, but somewhere there's something, ah,
It's
somewhere, yeah.
it, wow. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's
Hmm.
yeah. Mm.
If you're, I don't know if you're finished, but if you finish, would you like,
Oh
would
yeah,
you
yeah.
because the recording is working on sound, yeah, thanks.
Hi, Rose. Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of want to talk a bit about the feeling of helplessness. It's lovely. Really thankful to know to share so authentically like that. Really, and the response and yeah, decided that also I'm not seeing things like Rose, so I must be at fault. And also what you said, to know that we don't have to change, it's exactly as it is or something like that. And throughout the hour, it seems to be so much emotion of sadness or fear. It's both attractive and there's seems to be a lot of fear coming up as well, as if it's going to be different to what is here, and you know, still as if there was someone here trying to understand, but really there's no one here already, but trying to understand happens or something like that. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place somehow, but yeah.
Well, when there's feelings, that we're so quick to try to know or say why, but those feelings are not even yours. It's somewhere. That's
Yes,
so strange. We're so normal that it's in the body or somewhere or in you or somewhere. No, it's
yes,
somewhere. That's so it's the feeling of fear. Is fear. It's free. It's without reason. It's that sensation like the wall. Oh,
yes, yeah.
yeah.
I could, like Noah was saying about this idea that it's, you know, it starts in childhood. And also here in the story is that it was wrong
Yeah.
to have all these feelings. It was definitely, oh, you are too sensitive. You know, a whole lot of
Yeah, of
humiliation
course.
to
Yeah.
do. So you feel, oh, it's even more centered.
Yeah.
It feels even more you're the one who's wrong, but these feelings shouldn't. Yeah, anyway, it's a bit messed up.
Well, when there's me somewhere going on in a subtle or stronger way, there's always right and wrong. It's just part of that construct. So that,
Yes,
and it's energetic. So it's not even me going on. It's like energetic that those ideas can be there. It's meaningless, but there's somewhere they sticky because there's belief in that. Yeah, that's somewhere. It's not in the mind, but somewhere it's like feeling uncomfortable with it or something like that. That can be so strong. It's not, but then it's that how it goes. It's just that's embodied. It's not you doing that or you shouldn't do that or all that. It's embodied that it's life is more like, how can you say, showing like what's going on. Oh, those beliefs are there. Yeah, then it's shown maybe some circumstances, maybe with thoughts or all that. It's just that. It's just neutral. But we are so invested somewhere in our life or in circumstances that it seems like because of something.
yes, and well, it's almost like I can't really listen. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Can
And
really.
and this idea came up as well that you know the world is a frightening place, and you have to either save others or save yourself, and death is definitely a big no. So you know it's scary, you know, hearing as well with Noor as her friends, you know, the powerlessness, and it's too much, and the anger at again and again being needed, you know, in the story, listening to Noor and
Yeah.
um yes, here it's like anger came last night, about to do with Christmas and going to my daughters and making my way on the train and feeling angry that why don't they come, you know, feeling,
yeah.
oh, I must be selfish, and because I'm only thinking about myself and not them, and you know, so yeah, so much comes up. And okay, well then, if they can't be bothered to come down here, then I'm not going to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah,
That's
it can be
like
so strong.
talking about the storm. It seems to be here as well. You know, there's so much storm of
Yeah.
ideas, thoughts, feelings. It's just like
Yeah, but
so.
it feels like it's fighting for its life. It can be so strong, and suddenly there's so much falling away, and then suddenly, like that survival system is like, yeah, water, I'm here, I'm the king,
Yes,
and then
yes, yes.
woof,
That's
yeah.
it. It seems to have come much more.
Mm.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh!
Yeah, and that seems so and that's the strange thing is that energy, it's so clever. It's exactly on that, which seems so really important, like the motherhood and children and all
Oh
that,
my
because that's
gosh!
it's the same story, but
Oh yes!
whoa, yeah, yeah,
Oh yes! Oh, thank you, thank you.
yeah. I know that. Yeah. Mm.
Sorry, and yesterday evening I was also watching. I don't know which, if it's Syria or wherever. You know, these men have a child, and they're more or less they're about to behead the child. You know, do the beheading of
Heading?
beheading,
I don't know what it is.
beheading, cut the
Oh,
head
so,
off.
oh,
You know, and the video doesn't show that there's one where you can see it happening, and you think, how can this be? You know, it's like, how can this be even? You know, that some men, they're so callous. Callous, I think is the word. Is
you don't know. I don't know.
oh, it's just.
Yeah.
And also last night, that's it. It felt like, you know, the world is. It does feel like it's the end of the world when looking at all the different news and conflicting ideas and conflicting truths, and it's just
But it's a
endless.
story. That's
It's
the
a
story. There is
story.
no world. Where is the world? There is no world.
Yes, yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of information about what's going on over
Yes,
there,
yes.
what's going on over there, and then
That's
it
right.
stops, and then it's somewhere else. And it's like, and you drink coffee, and it's like, where is the
Yes,
world? So it's so
yes,
much
yes,
information, but it seems we're so used to that it's true or somewhere in that place. Where is that? And it's
yeah,
crazy because it seems like you have to follow that because you're wrong if you're not involved in
yes,
anything.
yeah,
What is that? That's also huge. That can be like, that's like your, I don't, how do you say, you take care of everything. What is that? I don't know.
so
There's,
is it still like this fight to remain, you know?
yeah. Being busy with because it jumps on things that
Yes,
seems to
like an
be
addiction
really,
almost.
yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's clever, so it's in that way you could say that it
Yes, yeah,
jumps on
yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
seems to be true or seems to be believed in and all that. So that's sticky. And then suddenly you can't. So
Oh
then it's
yes.
suddenly disappearing and then
Yeah,
it
yes,
stops.
yes. It's all of it. It seems to be
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well
a bit
that's
like
how it goes.
labor pain.
Yeah, it's like, "Ooh," and then it's gone. Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
yes, yes.
being in labor. That's funny. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, that's it. Mm, yeah,
yes, yes.
and the strange thing is, somewhere there's also the feeling, oh, did it really happen? Nothing happened. Did it really was there already? It's so far away. It's like, what's going on? And we think like we're forgetting, but it's not forgetting. It's just not there. That's can be stronger and stronger. But that's strange because we're not used to that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, the relaxation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank. Oh, there's a chat. Uh, if someone made a not so nice remark, then I don't invite him for having dinner together. Oh, yeah. But we always think that we make a choice, and because of what he did, I do that. There's no choice. It's just what's happening, and that's strange because that knocks everything down about you're there and you have a life and you have a choice. And then not having a choice is about that helplessness, no responsibility or no guilt or no, but also no free will, because that we don't want that responsibility or that guilt and all that, because that's not feeling nice. But we want to have a choice and to say no and all that. But it's everything. So there's no free will at all. It's what is happening. So maybe they're sitting alone, then sitting on the couch. I don't know. Then that's what's happening. But that nothing is real. There's no world. There's no other people. There is what is happening. There's no borders. This body, this is not the border. It's just yeah. It's just that color and then the table and a feeling and so it's random, everything. There's no one in it. There's no rows of body of rows. That's the separation, feeling or thinking that there's someone here in this body separate from all that, and there's someone there too in that body. No, it's free. There are no borders. So it's without reason. That's the freedom. But we're so into the story and belief that there's some, and but that's not you. There's nothing wrong or right with that. It's embodied, so that it's energetic. So then that can happen, and it seems like there's something happening, and I did that. That belief can be there, and then there's coming to this talks, meetings, and then hearing. No, there's no one. There's no choice. That's that's it. Oh, there's something say, I love it. It's not forgetting. It's not there. Yeah. 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 Why did you forget me? Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Everything is neutral. It's a balance. It's complete as it is. But we trying to change it towards us, trying to feel good. It never works. Not for always. There is no always. Mhm.
Yeah, Rose, this is probably also a story, but I don't know. It's in a way, it's interesting. Yesterday I was in a shop, and there a woman asked the seller for where is the brown bear. And and then I did my shoppings, and then later I was standing before the brown bear, and then I bought it. So then I'm thinking already there is a relationship between the question of that woman and that I also buy.
Oh, yeah. So what? It can be, and we are so quick in relations and why. It's just that buying beer. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
But you know, in the past I was thinking that this body is so open that I'm
Oh no. That's the story. That's the spiritual story about
yes.
being open and all. There's no one. The body isn't real. That's the misunderstanding is that you're in this body and this is real and solid and there's a lot of things going on for you and then you can work on it or not or whatever. It's everything. So there's buying beer, yeah. So that it's just there's there's no meaning in anything. There's nowhere to go. There's no my life to be busy with. But we are very busy with our lives. And then hearing there's nothing to be busy with. There's even no my life. It's like, oh my God, that's what I thought. Oh my God, that's what I'm busy with all day. What I'm doing, what I'm feeling, what's going on and what's happening to me and all that. And there's just the floor. Oh my God. Oh my
Yes.
God, I was busy with that all day. Yeah. And it's not wrong or right, but it's a lot of investment and being busy and energy put into nothing. Just it doesn't go. It's not wrong or something, but wow, it seemed like very important and it doesn't go anywhere. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you know a friend of mine asked a few months, yeah, it's half a year ago, something doesn't matter. He wants to lose weight, and then I told him, yeah, there is a keto diet, only eat proteins, and then
It's a
you know that
story. It's a
yeah,
story about my life and your life. There's no my life. There's no your life.
yeah, but it's yeah, okay, but it's you know I bought a book for him, and but um um in a way I already knew he doesn't read it or doesn't use it.
Mm, yeah, can be. Because there's nothing happening. So there's no time. We're so into what's happening and after that, and because of what is going on, I don't like that. And that's the story. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's buying that book. That's it. Nothing else. No meaning. It's just that. There's sitting. There's that foot on the floor. It's so simple. There's no time, no distance, nothing. It's a feeling, a glass of water. It's that.
Yeah, that's simple. But you know, with buying
Yeah.
that book, then also was thinking I am too open. I am too helpful.
Ah, yeah. Like some stories can be so strong, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a story. Yeah. Mm.
Hmm. Thanks.
Yeah. There's another a chat. My daughter was here when I was making a tea, and I'm sorry if she has said anything. Oh, I didn't hear. That's okay. There can be noise. There can be some sound going on, and you didn't mean to, but yeah, so what? It doesn't matter. This is everything already. So there's no wrong or right. Even when there's making sound because there's making tea or anything. Yeah, then that's what's going on. Maybe there's can be saying something about it or not. Doesn't matter. There's nothing right or wrong. And that's crazy because we're so into the story of me and going on and thinking we should do this and this is better than that and what's the best way. There's no best way. Yeah, there's no best way. This is already complete. There's no one. This already sitting, hearing that sound, is it? Doesn't even mean anything. It's already the sound. And I was thinking also, like trying to asking if there's somebody, is there a possibility to donate? Then there can be a donation through PayPal or maybe that Tiki in Holland. That will be kind. So that cannot be asked. And at the same time, there's nothing going on. There's just being here, of not even being here. There's just this. It's already complete as it is. A face, a feeling, the wall. It's everything already. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dankjewel.
Mel.
Thank you,
Thank
Roos.
you, Rose.